Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. We on the road to 100K. Let's get there, man. Let's get there, man. I got faith in your TBP. Man, this morning I wanted to start this little series. I don't see if y'all gonna rock with it. I want to see if y'all let me know. Y'all let me know by the comments, the likes, you know, the shares or whatever you do to support the channel. I appreciate it. But I wanted to recap on some of these things I've seen over the 33 years of my incarceration, and some of these things I may have talked about. So I don't know how long y'all been rolling with TBP, so I don't know how long y'all been here or what you heard and what you haven't heard. But I wanted to go over some of the savage moments that I've seen during my incarceration, and I've seen some savage moments, man. And someone was asking me about it, and I said I was gonna start telling some of them and see if y'all rock with them. But I remember one of the first, I would say it's close to the first. One of the first savage moments I've seen was I spoke about it in one of the videos. I can't remember which one, but I remember when I was on Augusta and this dude, you know, he had a boy, and you know, a lot of dudes in prison they don't even speak to the boys. They don't you know, socialize with them. They don't say nothing to them at all. And in fact, they feel offended if, you know, the boys say something to them. So I can remember, man, it was early in my bid. I was on Augusta, so you talking about late 80s. You know, maybe like 88 or 89. And I can remember, you know, the boy was a white boy, and he was messing with this dude, man. And this dude was already had a reputation. He had already been in prison a while. He was already known, you know what I'm saying, to put that work in when need be. And I can remember we was out in the day room, and the boy came out there. This was during the time that you could smoke cigarettes and stuff. So the boy came out there and he was trying to smoke a cigarette, and he ain't had no light. So he asked the dude for a light. So when he asked the dude for the light, the dude was offended, like looking him up and down, like, man, what? He said, can I get a light? And the dude looked at him and was like, man, don't be asking me for nothing. You know, you better get out my face. You know, called him, you know, all types of, you know, derogatory names, man. You know, this, that, and the third. Y'all know what the words are. So the boy ain't say nothing. He was just, you know, just as calm as I don't know what, you know. He turned around and waited for a second and walked on in the cell. So he went in the cell, and obviously he told dude, his man, you know what dude had said to him or whatnot. Man, it wasn't even but a couple of minutes later, man. Everybody was just standing out there watching TV, doing what they do, and all of a sudden, dude just came out there, man, and he just walked up to dude, and when dude turned around, man, he just said, "Mop!" and hit him with a big Bethlehem, man, straight in the neck. Man, and when he pulled that joint out, man, blood just was shooting out, man, like a water fountain, man. It was just crazy. At this time, I had seen a few things, but to see that spurting out the neck, it was like, what in, you know what I'm saying? And when he pulled it out, dude just grabbed his neck and started running. He jumped on the back up and just bang, bang, bang. Hit him a couple of times, man. He went down to the ground, man. He was bleeding. He was holding his neck. It was just so vicious and so like, boom, like you wouldn't even think that would happen. It just popped off so fast. And he just calmly pulled the joint out and walked back in the cell, man. Went on in the cell. Man, everybody was running around, acting hysterical, acting crazy, like, oh, whoa, good. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like some stuff that you really weren't used to seeing. It was just like savage, man. He just had, you know, boom, over a light, asking for a light on the cigarette. And I guess, you know, like I said, it was the disrespect that he gave to the people. And I guess the people went back and said it, so he felt like he had to do something. And man, it was vicious, man. They came running in there, they locked down and everything, and you could see some of the police when they see, you know, the blood and everything going on. It was just like boom, they was in pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? They go to the lock everybody there, go to the cell, get dude out there, get the boy out there, lock them up, take them out. They got the medical team coming over there to get old boy. Man, you could look. They had a ceiling fan way up, and if you ever been on Augusta, you know the ceiling is high in there. Man, they had blood on the ceiling fan from the way it was shooting out his neck. It was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? And when you when you just new in the penitentiary as me, because like I say, you talk about the early 80s, I got locked up in 87, so I'm fairly still green or whatnot, and you see stuff like that, it has an effect on you, your mind, you know what I'm saying, your mental, your psyche, because you know now where you at, you know what you facing, you know what type of, you know, violence is in this joint, and it's relentless. It's no mercy. So you know, and you know, you start thinking in your mind like, man, this could happen just over speaking to somebody, or just over saying something to somebody, or you know what I'm saying. So it puts you in that frame of mind that yeah, you ain't in Kansas no more. You know what I'm saying? This is real. You know, and when you see, if you never seen somebody get stabbed, or you never seen somebody, you know, especially like get hit in the face or get hit in the neck, he got hit all in the back of the head. So when you never seen anything like that, when you see that, it's either gonna make you one way or the other. Either you're gonna get totally scared and you're gonna be like, you know, induced. That happens to dudes. They get so scared now that, you know, they turn into things that they don't want to be, or they want to check in, or they want to commit suicide because they got a long bit ahead of them and they feel like they ain't built for that type of stuff. Or either you turn into a monster yourself because you see what happened to somebody else and you tell yourself, I'm not going to let that happen to me. If anything like this go down, I'm going to be on the end that's giving, not receiving, because, man, I don't, you know, I know he didn't die. I know he survived the situation, but I never saw him again. But I know he survived the situation, because when things like that happen in prison, you know, the guards and the officers, they be talking and whatnot. And if somebody died, you know what I'm saying, we gonna, you know, get the blunt of that, because we're gonna be locked down for even longer than we was locked down when the incident happened. But man, things like that be popping off in there, you know, all the time, and then you never know what might trigger that thing, man, or you never know what might make somebody just snap out, because people are dealing with so much other stuff that could just be the straw that breaks the camel back, you know, because when you look at the situation, what he did was, it was futile, you know what I'm saying, because he did it over his people. But now you're going to be separated from the people. You're not even going to be around them no more. You're not even going to be with them no more. So what you did was really counterproductive, you know, and you're going to get this street charge, because you definitely going to get a street charge for something like that. That's a lock. You know, they taking you to court because they don't want to be liable for, you know, this dude or whatever happened to him. That dude may turn around and try to use that as a lawsuit to try to get out of prison, you know, or get his time cut short, because you know, they call them, you know, security guards. You're supposed to secure people. You're supposed to protect people. You're supposed to keep things like this from happening. You're supposed to make sure there ain't no Bethlehems running around in the penitentiary. All of these things fall back on the prison. So dudes gonna try to use that, you know what I'm saying, to their advantage as well. But the prison is gonna try to make sure that they secure themselves by saying that you was punished, you know, by the fullest extent of the law, or you going up in somebody's courtroom. But as I've told y'all many times in these videos that I've done, and all the videos I've done, these police will not save you. The system will not save you. Your buddy will not save you. You know, if you don't save yourself, you will not be saved. But you can rest assured, danger is lurking around every corner in prison, man. Every single corner. And it's vicious in there sometimes. It's vicious to the point where you may see things that you only seen in a movie. You know, you may see things that you only dreamed about, or a Stephen King movie or something like that, because dudes are they dealing with a lot in there, man. And when they let it out, when they explode, man, it's usually very, very bad for somebody, man, and usually all parties, because like I say, in situations like that, don't nobody win. But I just thought about that. That's like one of the first things I seen. It definitely wasn't the first, because now in my mind I'm remembering when the first real big, violent, savage incident I seen happen, and it was prior to this, and it's something that I had spoke about before. But this is the one that I decided to talk about today because it was on my mind because I watched the movie and I seen something that kind of remind me of that with blood shooting out of the neck and stuff like that. But when you see that, trust and believe it's something that you cannot unsee. It's an experience that you will remember, for the rest of your life. And I remember that. I remember that vividly, and I remember the effect it had on my mind, and I remember the attitude and the philosophy that I adopted moving forward in my bit after I seen that, because I definitely ain't never want that to happen to me for no reason, under no circumstances. But I did know from that point on it can happen, it does happen, and I was gonna make sure I do anything to make sure it didn't happen to me, man. But those are some of the savage moments, man, that I've seen in prison, man. If y'all want to know some more about these savage moments and this stuff, if you can stomach it, man, because it gets worse than that, you just let me know in the comments, man. Short video, savage moments. Y'all let me know in the comments if you want to know more, man. Appreciate y'all out there. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks at all costs. Salute.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.